All right, this is page 49 in your math notes, page 49. It's a real important lesson on equivalent ratios. Did you know 3 to 2 and 36 to 24 are equivalent ratios? And I'm going to write them as fractions. 3 over 2 and 36 over 24 are equivalent or equal. Did you know that? Well, we're going to be able to prove it at the end of this lesson. In fact, let's go ahead and prove it right now. There are two proofs. One is scale factors. 3 over 2, and we said it's equivalent to 36 over 24. Now, to find the missing factor, and factors are numbers that we multiply, we're going to use fact families, and we're actually going to divide. A factor is a number that you multiply, but we're going to have to divide to find the missing factor. So I'm going to do 24 divided by 2, and that's going to give me the factor. 24 divided by 2 is, say it with me, it is 12. So we're going to see if that works. If 3 times 12 is 36, then we've just proved that these two ratios are equivalent using scale factors. And 3 times 12 is 36. So we just proved that 3 over 2 is the same as 36 over 24, equivalent ratios. We could change them to decimals, and we'd find that they're both 1.5, if that makes you feel better. But we're not going to do it that way today. We're going to just stick with fractions. Here's the other way, cross products. Now the numbers get pretty large, but you guys have a calculator. I'm going to have to do it in my head. I'm just going to make a cross, and I'm going to find the products. I'm going to multiply. 2 times 36 is 72. And 3 times 24 is also 72. Since 72 is equal to 72, then those are equivalent fractions. So you can decide at the end of this video which method you like the best. I'm kind of liking scale factors today, although we can always do cross products, always. And I think over this year and next year you're going to find you're doing this way more and more. Let's start out with scale factors. 88 divided by 8 is 11. But if you do 91 divided by 7, you're going to get 13. Is 11 and 13 the same? They don't have the same factor. It's not scaled. So that one is, those are not equivalent. So I'm going to put a not equivalent sign, and I'm going to write a big fat no. Let's do some more with scale factoring. This one should be obvious. 84 divided by 6 is 14. Guess what 84 divided by 6 is? Hey, it's still 14. 14 is equivalent to 14. This is equivalent. I'm going to circle the ratios that are equivalent. That one works. Let's do some more scale factoring. 150 divided by 10. Well, it's 15. What's 60 divided by 4? I'm waiting. Answer me. What's 60 divided by 4? It is also 15. Same factors. These are equivalent. 21 divided by 3? Well, this is counting by 7s. 3 times 7 is 21. And guess what? 1 times 7 is 7. This works. So that's using scale factors. Now we're going to use cross products. Now the numbers are going to get really big, but you guys have a calculator and it always works, even when the numbers get really weird. 40 times 4 160. 48 times 4, 192. Those aren't equivalent. That's a no. So we're just multiplying across. 8 times 16 and 2 times 64. Well, 8 times 16, don't have a calculator, but I'm going to say 80 plus 48 is 128. And 64 times 2, also 128. So I think they're equal. You can double check me on that. Let's do some more and feel free to help. You have a calculator. I don't. 72 times 4. I get 288. Double check me. And 9 times 48. That seems a lot bigger. Seems a lot bigger. 9 times 40 is 360 plus 72. I get 400. 432? Does that sound right? Well, either way, those aren't equivalent. That's a no. Those are not equivalent. How about this one? Again, some pretty huge numbers for Johns. And I happen to know these are equivalent. So let me do some math to the side. I get 792 for this one. And I get 792 for this one as well. So those are equivalent. So both ways work. The benefit to scale factor is the numbers are smaller. The benefit to cross products is when the numbers get really weird, it always works. On the left-hand side, I'm going to use scale factors for the next side. On the right-hand side, we'll use cross products to find missing numbers. So 10 times 3 is 30. I knew that because I divided. So then I simply do the same thing to the top and I find that's 15. On this one, how many 4s go into 36? 36 divided by 4 is 9. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by 9. And I'm going to get 72. 7 times what is 21? Or 21 divided by 7 is 3. Now this one's a little trickier. Something times 3 is 12, so I'm actually going to have to divide. 4 times 3 is 12. So that's one of the benefits to cross products is you don't have to remember which way you're going. I had to divide because I was missing a number on the front. Okay, cross products. Well, you multiply the two that match and you divide by the one that doesn't have a partner. So 9 times 9 is 81, divided by 1 is 81. 4 times 5 is 20, divided by 1 is still 20. And 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2, and that's 15. So for finding answers, I prefer the cross products much better. And I think we'll use those a lot in the coming days. Hope this helps.